Yo, dude, check out what I got at the flea market today.
Oh, wow.
It's pretty cool, right? My great-grandfather had something like this.
I hope he didn't go on some crazy time travel adventure because of that thing.
Yo, dude, check out what I got at the flea market today.
Oh, crap. Welcome back to the Out of Touch podcast. I'm Chris, that's Bill, and today we're watching Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3 from 1993, or Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtles in Time.
No, it is not called that.
That's what they write on some of the DVD covers.
Well, they're fucking wrong. It's called Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3, period. It had a tagline that said, the turtles are back, ... in time. And there was a game, a very popular game, called Turtles in Time. And for some reason, some people mashed it together and Blu-ray releases slapped it on the label eventually. And you know what? It's not going to be on the next Blu-ray release from Arrow. So no more of that crap. It's not Turtles in Time. Turtles in Time is a video game for Super Nintendo and an arcade cabinet and a one-off IDW miniseries that most people don't know about. But that's it.
Okay. Wow.
You didn't see that one coming, did you?
I mean, honestly, I knew that would set you off, but I didn't think it would set you off that bad.
I was playing it up mostly, but no, it's kind of annoying. It's not the name of the movie. It's not called Turtles in Time. It's just Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3, no subtitle.
Anyway, Turtles 3, the third Ninja Turtles live-action movie. So, Bill, what did you think of Turtles 3?
This was my favorite one when I was a small child because the samurai armor was cool, nothing bad happened to Raphael, and it's the first movie I can remember seeing in the movie theater.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, I saw this one a lot as a small child. I'm pretty sure I didn't see it in the theater, but saw it enough on VHS tape. You know, Turtles and samurai armor was very cool.
They were some of my favorite toys when I was a kid.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, I guess this movie may be considered the worst one of the original trilogy.
Yeah, I mean, some might say Secret of the Ooze. I've heard Peter Laird and Kevin Eastman sometimes say that.
Okay. I mean, I don't know. You know, I still kind of like this movie. I think it's fun. You know, the suits, I don't think look as bad as some people make it seem, but like the Henson suits are definitely way better.
Oh, so much better. The faces in particular are a lot better, especially with the mouth movement. The mouths in this, they kind of just flap.
Yeah.
You know, overall, they're not terrible. I think that's just because I've seen so many worse suits, like Concert Tour, The Next Mutation, and then just, you know, sometimes those CGI turtles don't look good.
Yeah, that's true. And I guess like one thing about this movie that I always like notice is like the turtles' heads, they all seem like different shapes. And some of them seem like, I don't know, their heads almost seem a little too long at times.
A little. Like I said, these are not the Henson suits.
But that aside, I still like this movie, you know. It's pretty fun. You know, the turtles go into ancient Japan to, you know, shenanigans ensue to rescue April.
It almost feels like they crash into a generic samurai movie.
Yeah.
I do love, though, that the impetus of this entire movie is April went to the flea market. It's so stupid. Like, what if it rained and she just didn't go? And so would all these people just be killed and subjugated by the daimyo in feudal Japan? Like,
yeah, I don't know. You know, it's funny, too, because, like, as I was watching this movie, you know, Michelangelo, he's making all these pop culture references, which a lot of them, as a child, went over my head. And even still, as an adult, they're just like too outdated that I'm like, I don't know what he's talking about. And then he made one that I was like, oh shit, I know that one. Because he's like, hey, look, we're in Shogun. And I was like, I saw that show last year. It was really good. I'm like, wait, how does he know about that show? And then I'm like, oh yeah, the old one.
he's talking about a different Shogun.
Yeah, but I was just like, I know that one.
I always thought he was talking about a show or a movie or something, but I never really understood what.
Yeah.
You know, some of the pop culture references are obvious, like...
It's hammer time! Oh, here they are, the Three Stooges. Yeah, Larry, Curly, and Moe. Hey, you were expecting maybe the Addams Family?
That joke makes no freaking sense.
Yeah, I mean, I guess like certain ones that I'm just like, he says, hey, look, it's Wayne Newton. And I'm like, I have no idea who that is.
Singer.
Okay.
I don't know why he calls him that.
Yeah.
Like the Don King reference at least makes sense because he had the Don King hair.
That's true.
I don't know why he says Wayne Newton.
Yeah.
I don't know. He didn't look like Wayne Newton to me.
Yeah,
This is weird.
I just have no point of reference for him.
You know, calling the three bumbling doofuses the Three Stooges, that's timeless.
Yeah,
Like, you can put that in almost any decade.
yeah. But it's a fun movie. You know, like the turtles look cool in their samurai armor. You know, Casey Jones is back. I guess Casey Jones's ancestor is also in this movie.
Sort of, maybe.
Yeah.
Played by the same guy, though.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's the same guy, right?
Yeah, he's got
Yeah.
a beard and short hair.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I did wonder while watching the movie, I'm like, okay, is the short hair his real hair? And then he has a wig when he's Casey Jones?
My guess is probably wearing a wig is Casey.
Okay.
That's just a guess.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. Maybe he had long hair, and then they filmed those scenes, and then he got a haircut. I don't know.
Maybe. Yeah.
It's probably a wig, though.
It is funny, you know, the evil English in this movie.
Walker.
Niles, or whatever, the one guy that keeps getting yelled at.
Yeah. It's the time. You got to have a buffoonish sidekick.
Yeah.
Buffoonish henchmen. Just be put upon and be doofuses. You know what's funny about that Walker guy? This guy's like giving it his all for Ninja Turtles 3. He's actually like trying. I was like, what else has this guy been in? And I couldn't believe it when I saw it. He was the bad guy in The Mask of Zorro.
Holy shit, really?
Looks completely different, has a different accent.
Oh my god.
It's the same guy though, apparently.
Wow. That guy's a great actor.
One could say he's too good for this movie.
Yeah. Holy crap. That's interesting.
Yeah, we do have some returning cast members from the previous movies. You know, we got the same voices for Leo and Mikey as always. Corey Feldman's back from rehab as Donatello.
Oh, okay.
And we got the same April from the second movie back, just with the haircut.
Okay.
Different Raph, different Splinter, very different Splinter. He's basically just a hand puppet now.
Yeah, I was going to say, Splinter doesn't have legs, does he?
I don't think he has anything below his arms.
Yeah.
I think he's just shoulders and a head.
I will say, this movie, I think, I still think it has, like, the best looking turtle lair.
I mean, it's the same one from Secret of the Ooze.
Yeah.
I have a soft spot for it. It looks cool. It's like one of the few nice things I could say about the next mutation is they still had this lair.
Yeah.
And it looks cool. We get to spend a bit more time in it. You know, we get that fun opening scene with ZZ Top where the turtles are training and Michelangelo actually touches his nunchucks.
Yeah. It's pretty fun.
That is one thing I could say about this movie. Except for like Mikey, the turtles are using their weapons when they fight.
That's true.
You know, Raph is blocking swords. Leo actually has a sword fight with the Daimyo.
Yeah.
It's not much of a sword fight, but
No.
it still happens. And you know what? Sometimes back in those days, you got to take what you could get.
That's true. And, you know, they got their cool little demonstration at the beginning of the movie where they're, like, all doing their, like, karate moves with their, you know, weapons and stuff. And
Maybe I could find it, but I know I've seen the UK version of that where instead of Mikey spinning his nunchucks, it's just him, like, I don't know, just doing, like, karate kicks or dancing.
man,
Because, you know, they were afraid of nunchucks.
that's right.
The British, so fearful of two sticks tied together.
That's true. That's the thing with the British. They're deathly afraid of ninjas for some reason.
Yes, ninjas. So,
Ninjas wielding nunchucks.
I guess because of Bruce Lee.
Maybe. It is such a crazy thing. But Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles.
Leo's got swords.
Yeah, they're way more dangerous than nunchucks. I mean,
And if
you're gonna hurt yourself more than you hurt somebody else with nunchucks.
Also, like, if you're like afraid of like kids copying something, they're more likely to grab a broomstick and imitate Donatello.
That's true.
It's a lot easier to get a hold of a broom or a mop
Yes.
stick and spin that around and break your mother's vase.
It's true.
Like, you got to find sticks that are like kind of the same length. Then you got to find something to tie them with. Like, that's a lot of work. And kids are lazy.
I would have loved to see like the Parliament discussion. You don't understand. It's a stick tied to another stick.
You could strangle somebody. You could bash somebody. It's a horrifying nightmare. Won't somebody please think of the bloody children?
It's a weapon that utilizes the power of martial arts with physics.
And pizzazz.
Yeah,
We're British. We hate that.
it's true. But anyway, besides that, this movie is kind of weird though in places, but I still like it.
Kind of weird.
Yeah.
Like Michelangelo kind of falling in love with that Mitsu girl for no apparent reason.
Yeah, and it just happening at the end where he's like, I'm gonna stay in Japan. It's like, no, you're not, because you're a turtle.
You know what's great is like he has this like weird thing and her response is perfectly reasonable. Like, no,
Yeah.
I want my boyfriend back.
Yeah.
We had that one scene where you like walked up and we had a chat for like 30 seconds. Raph's relationship with the Yoshi kid's more developed.
Yeah, seriously.
They have the 3 required scenes for that. The Mikey Mitsu thing only really has the 2.
Yeah.
Well, I guess they have the meeting, but Mikey was unconscious for that.
Sure.
It is kind of neat watching the turtles just sort of like interact with the village because there's some fun stuff there.
Yeah.
Mikey trying to make the pizza and it doesn't work.
No. It's funny because like I was thinking to myself like, well, I guess like you could make the dough, but like a lot of the other ingredients for pizza don't exist in Japan.
No, which is why it didn't work.
Yeah. 'Cause I'm pretty sure there's no tomatoes in Japan, and there's definitely no cheese in Japan.
Not feudal Japan.
Definitely not feudal Japan. Yeah, it's funny too because it's 1602 in this movie.
Yes.
So it's like, I guess like not as like ancient as you would think, but like then again, it's just like, Japan's history. It's just like, oh yeah, in the 1600s they still weren't really into guns yet. That didn't really happen until like the 1800s, but they were just starting to get them.
Yeah, it works well for this family movie that most of the villains are like, I don't know about these guns.
Yeah. Seriously. It's also weird because like, I guess like the daimyo, it's just kind of like, who's he at war with at the beginning of the movie?
There's a rebellion.
Oh, that's right, the rebellion.
Yeah, that's it. That's a war. That's all the war is.
But it's weird because like
it's a rebel uprising. That's all.
the rebel leader is
Some girl?
with his son.
It's
But then,
star-crossed lovers.
But then they say
that's classic storytelling,
Oh,
Chris.
I know, but then they say at the end like to unify the 2 families, and I was just kind of like,
I think she's just speaking broadly. I don't know.
okay. I was just like,
like
is
if-
she royalty too, or
I mean, some of those people in that village are her family. We've got her grandpa, her little brother.
that's true.
Maybe some of those voiceless guys are her cousins. I don't know.
Yeah,
Or like considered a clan. I don't know. I don't know how this stuff works.
yeah,
Ghost of Tsushima and Shogun are that's my knowledge of feudal Japan in a nutshell.
true.
And there's not much to go by.
Yeah, and it's just like back in the 90s. I guess they were shinobi, but like I don't know what Japan that takes place in. It's like future/ancient Japan. I don't know, a Ninja Turtles movie in ancient Japan could be like more awesome than it is, but like, it was the 90s. It was a little kid franchise at that point.
Yeah, I mean,
You
they adapted one element from the comic books for this movie. The concept of a magical scepter that can send you through time. But it's not Renette's time scepter. It's a mysterious, vague time scepter that can specifically send you to, I guess, certain shift of the moon, feudal Japan, but maybe in a few days it will send you to, I don't know, 1970s Japan.
maybe. Also, one thing that I found a little interesting about this movie is like, there's the scroll with like the prophecy of the turtles.
Well, not even a prophecy. It's just like something else happened.
Yeah, and I'm like, are those the same turtles that it's like, oh yeah, by the way, they're gonna get transported to Japan again, except like earlier the next time?
Maybe.
Yeah. So it's just like it's like their first trip
Yeah.
is like they don't know what's going on, but the prophecy already exists, and then their next trip they make the prophecy because it's just like, oh yeah, we've been here already, so we know what to do.
Oh, that's something that you would totally do in like a comic where it's
Yeah.
like, what does that mean? And then a later story, you're like, oh shit, we've done this before.
Yeah.
It was us. It was us all along.
Yeah. Because, like, we got, like, Toro Naga, I think it's the daimyo, and he's just like, my ancestor.
Norinaga.
Norinaga,
Yeah.
okay.
Wasn't
Toranaga,
Toranaga?
the guy from Shogun.
I think so.
Damn it, I'm getting it confused.
Yeah, it is this like weird element that the movie brings in, this like vague, mysterious like backstory where it's like the turtles are almost these like preordained mystical warriors in the eyes of Japan.
Yeah,
And it's like, wait, where are these? It's like, what is this? Who are these Kappa?
yeah,
I mean, like Mitsu dismisses it as just being a legend, but it's like, those aren't Kappa, those are turtles.
yeah,
Those are Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or Middle-Aged Mutant Ninja Turtles.
yeah, who knows?
Depending on how far in the future they're from.
Yeah. I do think it's cool that they're, the Japanese people call them Kappa, and they're like, they're demons, but...
I do like how initially Walker is like, no, come on, it's just a samurai in a mask, you moron.
Yeah.
And then he sees Michelangelo, and for like a second, he's like, what the fuck?
Yeah. He's like, oh crap, it is a demon.
Like, he's like that. No, oh god, nope, oh, nope. He can't handle it. He doesn't
Yeah.
know what to think of that.
I like at the beginning too when like April gets transported and then like she's like, I'm a witch.
She's got her freaking Walkman.
Yeah, she's like I'll melt you, and like everybody's like afraid, and Walker's just like, she's lying.
Which is crazy that he thinks that after seeing the Walkman.
Yeah.
Because it's like, what is that?
Yeah.
From his perspective, what the hell was that?
Yeah. I mean, he should be like the rest of his like crew and super afraid of witches if we know anything about England at that time.
Or at least just like I understand his initial skepticism that, he's smarter than his crew. So he's like, this is just some lady. But the Walkman, like, what did he think that was?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, it's,
Some sort of elaborate music box.
She tries to like bluff her way through it. He sees through it because, I could buy that. But I can't buy him just like dismissing the Walkman.
Yeah.
Because, like, what the fuck? What was that to him?
But, some things that disappoint me about this movie, though, and, like, it's a thing with other movies, too, but, like, that first Ninja Turtles movie has that pretty good theme that they play. They don't play it once in this movie.
No, it's crazy because they included it in the second one, too.
Yeah. And I'm like, where's that theme? Like, I'm like, why is it not here? Could they not use it for some reason?
I don't know. I mean, the movie does have like a decent score for like it fits like the period and stuff.
Yeah.
And the adventure tone. But yeah, I would have liked a rendition of that turtle theme.
Yeah, that would have been fun.
Yeah. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just kind of jumping around. One of my favorite moments, just like of humor, it comes from Raph. Like they had that fight against the villagers by like that lake. And when Mitsu like calls them off and the fights, everyone stops fighting. Raph is still fighting. He just like punches that one guy. He's like, "Hey, what the hell?
Yeah.
Who blew the whistle?" I just always like that.
Yeah.
I just like the way that Raph is still fighting. He's mad that he has to stop.
Hey, who blew the whistle?
Yeah, Raphael has some good lines in this movie. I like when like he's talking to the little kid and the kid's just like,
"Fun is for children."
And what? You're a senior citizen?
like,
Yeah, Raph is a bit of the character off. He's like, "You gotta watch that temper." Did I just say that?
Yeah.
Like he's finally like growing.
Yeah.
He finally realized like, I gotta cut this shit out.
Yeah. It's pretty good. But, I think it's fun with, the samurai going back into, like, I guess the present. And,
Present 1993, whatever.
yeah.
Getting addicted to hockey.
Yeah. Casey Jones being there, watching him.
Yeah, because someone's gotta help Splinter.
Yeah. I guess, like, Splinter can speak Japanese because that would
course he
make
can.
sense. But then,
Yeah.
like, yeah, those other guys, like, the one guy can speak English, but I guess those other samurai just, like, can't. But the one samurai is just, like, at the end, he's just like, "You're my best friend, Casey. I don't want to leave."
Maybe they have like a little understanding of English.
Yeah.
But they don't speak it as good as like Kenshin or Mitsu or any of them.
Yeah.
I could buy that.
Yeah.
Plus they had fun.
Yeah.
After they were terrified of the giant rat and turtle, and like they just had fun.
The turtles have some knowledge of Japanese, like, Donatello says the one thing, and it's just like, Raphael's just like, "Thank you, mustard," or whatever.
Ohio wasabi.
Yeah.
Donatello seems to be both smart and stupid simultaneously in this movie. Because like he's analyzing the scepter. He's like, "Oh, equal mass displacement." Then he's just like, "I think I swallowed a frog. I hope it wasn't an ancestor." Which I guess he was joking, but
Yeah.
he wouldn't make that joke. You're like, "I'm not calling a frog an ancestor."
Yeah. Also, since, like, Mikey and, like, Raph were kind of doing their own thing in this movie, we got, like, Leonardo and Donatello being, like, teamed up quite a bit in this movie.
Yeah, they're kind of off to the side a few times,
Yeah.
like talking with April and stuff. Another one of my favorite little jokes is like when they try to find the scepter lost in the woods and they come back to the village. Everybody falls off their horses except Leo.
Yeah.
He's like, "Mr. Showboat," and Donatello's like, "Sometimes I hate that guy."
Yeah. I mean, Leonardo actually gets some, like, pretty good stuff to do in this movie. Like, like you mentioned, the sword fight with the daimyo, bringing the little kid back to life with CPR and stuff, which I guess is, like, the inciting incident to make the villagers being like, "Oh, they're good demons, I guess."
I mean, they saved a child's life.
Yeah.
There's nothing more pure than that.
There you go.
I mean, Mikey saved him from the burning building, and then Leo, from their eyes, I guess, brought him back to life.
Yes, with his magic.
His magic of CPR.
Yeah.
Basic first aid techniques.
Yeah, indeed. Turtles 3. It's a pretty good movie. Honestly, sometimes I feel people unnecessarily kind of give this movie, like, maybe too much shit that it doesn't really deserve. It's, like, fine for what it is. Like, I get some of the criticisms for sure.
Oh,
but,
yeah, so do I. I mean,
know.
and in some ways, like, I completely agree and understand with it. In some ways, it's just like, I can't believe this movie. I'm no historian. I can't speak for it, but I don't know. For a family movie in the 90s, this is a pretty good rendition of feudal Japan.
Yeah.
Like, it looks, the costumes look good. You know,
Yeah.
the samurai armor looks good. You know, like, they got cool swords. It just, like, how? Oh, okay, this is, you're thinking this would look shittier, but it honestly doesn't. It's like, it's weird, right?
Yeah,
It's an anomaly.
It still looks like a movie, you know?
Yeah.
Like
I said, it's like somebody took a generic samurai movie and then the Ninja Turtles crashed into it.
yeah.
So, and that kind of gives it this interesting charm. If you kind of look at it from that perspective, it kind of gets a little more entertaining. Because I watched like some Abbott and Costello movies and growing up, and some of my favorite ones were the ones that like just felt like Abbott and Costello crashed into another movie, like the ones with like the monsters and stuff like that, where it was like, this just feels like another old movie's happening, and Abbott and Costello just kind of ran into the room and were like, oh shit, what's going on?
Yeah.
So it's like, it's kind of get this similar vibe. It's like, imagine if you were watching Shogun and some lightning opened, and all of a sudden there were the fucking Ninja Turtles, and everything gets thrown for a loop.
Man, imagine that. Except it's the new Shogun.
Yeah.
Like the really serious one where they just speak Japanese most of the time.
Oh man, the Turtles will have to kill.
Man, that'd be nuts.
It would be pretty sick.
I mean, I feel like out of all the Ninja Turtles, probably Leonardo could probably speak Japanese.
Maybe not this Leonardo, but other versions of Leonardo.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if I'd buy any. This version of Leonardo's a little more. He's a little younger. He's a little sillier. So
Yeah.
he's never shown knowing any Japanese.
True.
But I've seen other versions of Leo that seem to know some Japanese at least.
Yeah.
But yeah, I could see Leo knowing it. Maybe Donatello has a base level of understanding.
Yeah.
And then like Raph doesn't know anything. And then Michelangelo surprisingly knows certain words.
Yeah. Either that or you just like flip it and Michelangelo knows it perfectly for some reason.
True. That could be, it's like, how'd you know that? Today it would be like,
And then he'll just be like, well, Master Splinter, you know, he's always going on. And he like says something in Japanese.
yeah.
It's like, so I picked up some things, I guess, over the years. You guys got to pay attention more. Just all look like dumbfounded at him.
Oh yeah. A worse writer would be like, duh, anime dude.
Yeah, no, not that.
That's a shitty writer. doing
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, but him just, you know, it's just like their father speaks Japanese, so he picked it up somehow.
Yeah.
You know, pretty funny. Plus, you know, Michelangelo, secret prodigy, I guess.
Sometimes,
you know?
I mean, he's often been depicted and described as like the one with the most potential.
Yeah,
He is the most naturally athletically gifted. It's just his laziness at times that he hasn't taken it seriously, which is why he's not usually as good. But when he like zeroes in, he can become Battle Nexus champion.
yeah. Or the last Ronin.
That too.
Yeah.
When Mikey locks in, he can fuck shit up.
Yeah, you know, Ninja Turtles 3, it's a pretty good movie, you know, and it's a movie that, like, feels like they would, like, never make today.
The cliche, and then the third one or whatever goes abroad or something like that.
Yeah.
It's kind of cliche. They don't usually do that anymore, except Spider-Man for some reason.
They keep doing it with Spider-Man. I hate it. I hate when Spider-Man's not in New York. It looks weird and dumb.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't see them doing another time travel Ninja Turtle movie. And outside of like something like, you don't see a lot of time travel superhero movies in general, really, outside of like, Endgame.
Yeah, I guess multiverse kind of screws with that because it's like time travel adjacent.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. There's been other instances like in cartoons where you get to see the turtles in feudal Japan. 2012 show did it.
yeah,
The 03 show kind of did it a little bit, like crossovers with like Usagi and stuff.
yeah,
And it happened a few times in the comics and some of the stuff that sort of maybe kind of vaguely inspired this.
I mean,
And I mean vaguely.
yeah.
Very vaguely. Just the concept of one or more of the turtles being in Japan.
yeah.
And there may or may not be a time scepter.
Yeah, I mean, Turtle series is pretty good. You know, unfortunately, we never got like the crazy like third Turtles movie with like Krang and stuff like that.
I don't know if Eastman or Laird even wanted them to make that movie after a certain point. There were like rough ideas for a potential fourth movie. They were tossing around the title The Next Mutation, which they later recycled.
Yeah.
There was story ideas that involved a fifth turtle named Kirby.
Okay.
Just like weird shit like that.
Just like the fantasy movie of like it's like the Dark Crystal except like all Ninja Turtle stuff, like crazy puppets and Dimension X and stuff like that.
mean,
but it would be so expensive probably,
Yeah, I
and
mean-
these movies probably didn't make close to that amount of money to like justify the cost of something like that.
nah, because the budgets kept going up, but the box office kept going down,
Yeah.
which is why they stopped making them. Like,
Yeah.
this movie didn't lose money, but it was very much, the writing was on the wall. You know, the show was gone in a couple of years. Like, everything was, you know, they oversaturated the market. Concert tours and other nonsense. It was,
Yeah.
Power Rangers came out. It was over.
Yeah, I mean, the Turtles are the only mutants in this movie.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, Turtles and Splinter.
that's true. It's
The hand puppet, that's
half
Splinter.
a Splinter.
No, let's be honest, Chris. A quarter of Splinter.
That's true.
Arms, shoulders, and a head.
Yeah.
I don't even think they made a torso.
Yeah.
I think there's just a robe.
There you go. But yeah, you know, costs.
He is such a Muppet in this movie that doesn't even have the Jim Henson people in it. It's not, he's always behind a wall. I think there's like one time he's in a chair. But like he's almost always sticking out of that window.
Yeah,
It's
I
so
know.
weird.
It does seem very Fraggle Rock.
Like he opens the window,
Yeah.
closes the window.
Yeah.
He's just chilling in that train. He won't come out.
Seriously.
Not, under no circumstances is he getting out of that train.
Yeah.
He's like, this is my train car. I live here now.
Yeah. It's my room.
Stay out.
Yeah, and who knows, you know, like all the Japanese like props and costumes, it's like maybe they were left over from like some other show, like Shogun. I don't know when it was actually made, the original one, but
Hard to say.
Yeah.
I could not say. I mean, for what it's worth, like I said, I think the costumes generally look pretty good.
they do look good. Like, I mean, a lot in this movie does look good, including the turtles. They're not as good as the Jim Henson turtles, but they're still good.
And they're not terrible. It's the facial animatronics that let them down.
Yeah.
And the weird decision to make them very spotty.
Yeah, I guess if anything, I could agree with you with that. The
If
spots.
they were painted differently, I think maybe people could let the faces go. But you get like the overly bright, too many dots, and then the
Yeah.
face is just flapping up and down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can understand why people wouldn't like that.
Yeah.
Especially when we know what we had before, and it's like, bring
Yeah.
it back.
They're not as
please.
textured, too, as
Yeah.
like the original suits, like, you know.
Yeah, again, it's, you know.
Like the original suits, they even have like veins in their arms and stuff when you look at it. But maybe that's just because we saw it in 4K.
we did see it in 4K, but
Yeah,
that just makes the Jim Henson suits look even better.
yeah, it's true.
Imagine you watch it, it's like, oh no, they look bad now.
Oh man,
They don't. They look great.
yeah, they look like that one picture from the auction. Oh no,
Ah! What happened?
time. These turtles need to go back in time.
Yeah, before we close out, I do find it funny how Leo hits the bell on Lord Noranaga. I do like that they kind of try to goad just Walker into shooting them, and then he grabs a cannon, and they're like, ah, crap.
Yeah, that's
Like
true.
that's pretty funny. But then we get Leo ducking his head into the shell.
Yeah,
I think it's a good bit.
yeah, it's fun. You know, I for a second, like, you know, I was wondering, like, I wonder if their shells would be bulletproof because they are like old-timey, like musket ball bullets.
So you know what? I hated that the turtles were bulletproof in the 2014 movie, and I stand
Yeah.
by that. But you know what? I could maybe let a musket ball go
Yeah,
than like modern ammunition.
yeah, and I'm saying like, you know, a musket ball hitting their shell,
Yeah,
not
yeah.
like, you know, their soft parts.
Yeah, no, because
You know?
they were completely bulletproof from head to toe in those movies.
Yeah, that was weird.
That was dumb.
Yeah, 2012 Turtles.
2014.
2014 Turtles. Yeah, I guess. Well, yeah,
Less said, the better.
This is better.
I certainly like it better.
Yeah.
I mean, that movie's a mess,
Yeah.
and
Definitely.
it doesn't have the blindness of nostalgia to back it up.
That's true. Yeah, you know, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3. Pretty good movie. A movie I watched a lot as a child. Still pretty good. And I guess that's the Out of Touch podcast for this week.
Cowabunga?